Hey YouTube, hello, hello, hello. It's so good to see you guys. We are plugging in Facebook. Alrighty, hello Facebook, hello YouTube. It is so good to see you guys. Happy Monday night. Welcome. This is my usual Monday night live. You guys know I go live on Monday nights as well as Friday nights. Guys, I'm Dr. Jen Caudle. I'm a practicing family physician. I'm an on-air health expert and a video creator. And today we are talking about breaking news about the Pfizer COVID vaccine and how adolescents may get to get their jab at this vaccine pretty soon, actually, which is kind of exciting. I see Lonnie on YouTube. Thank you, Lonnie, for joining in. I see all of you guys on Facebook joining in. It is good to see you guys. We'll give it just a couple seconds for everybody to tune in, and then we're going to go ahead and get started. I hope you guys are doing really, really well. I was in the office today, as you all know. I am in the office every Monday. And before I tell you about the Pfizer COVID vaccine, let me tell you about something that actually has shocked me a lot that I've noticed lately with the COVID vaccine. In the beginning of the COVID vaccine, I had a lot of patients that were asking me things like, okay, can I get the vaccine? Do I qualify for it? Can you help me? Can you help answer some of the questions I have about it? There was a lot of that. And in fact, I had patients that were setting up appointments with me just to go over sort of the pros and the cons of the vaccine, potential symptoms they might have, whether they qualified for it, were eligible for it, all that good stuff. So there was a lot of sort of information that was spread. And I thought that was really, really awesome because people were asking questions. Then the next phase in the COVID vaccine, I would say, I don't know, I'm trying to think, I guess in the last maybe, what is this? Gosh, maybe 3 weeks and before, that's my mom. Sorry, mom, I'll have to call you back. One of the things I noticed a few weeks ago, and maybe for a month or two, was that was the phase where everybody wanted to get the vaccine, right? People were trying to get the vaccine. People were sort of like, where can I get it? Can I get it? I was signing people up left and right at our Rowan University site. It was very exciting because I was sending, notes. I don't know how often I was sending them to my staff to get things set up for my patients to get the vaccine. Now, guys, I feel like, at least with my patients in the office, we've come into literally like a different phase. And it's got me a little worried, to be honest with you. I was in the office today. I noticed this. I was in the office last week. I'm noticing this more and more. I ask a patient, hey, it's good to see you, John, Jane. Okay, what are we doing today? Oh, follow-up visit. Okay, great. Hey, did you get your COVID vaccine? What I'm hearing now, more than I've ever heard before, is no, I haven't. And the response is a no, like a no, like no. And I'm like, oh, okay. Well, can I sign you up for it? Can I help you get it scheduled? Nope, no, thank you. Sometimes even with this response. And I'm like, okay, so when that usually happens, I ask people if they have any questions about the vaccine or if I can help, answer their questions, right? Because I figure, well, maybe there's something they're worried about or something, that they're wondering about. And the last couple of weeks, I've gotten like flat out, nope, no questions, don't want it, don't need it. I've heard too much stuff. Literally, somebody tonight told me, I've heard too much stuff about it. I've read too much stuff about it. I don't want it. I don't need it, etc. And guys, honestly, that really, really scares me for all the reasons that I've talked about in so many videos. I don't want to like ad nauseum kind of keep coming at you with the same rhetoric. But the truth of the matter is, I think we have to keep talking about this. I'm about to tell you some really, really great news with the Pfizer COVID vaccine. But the truth of the matter is, how much does all of this matter if we're not willing to get the vaccine? And I'm afraid that the vaccine misinformation, disinformation bots online are taking over again, that they're kind of rearing their ugly heads. What I'm going to ask all of you guys to do, first of all, I see a lot of you on here. Many of you are saying that you've gotten your COVID vaccine, which I love. If you've gotten your COVID vaccine, I want you to put a thumbs up in the comments to celebrate the fact that you've gotten your COVID vaccine, because I love that. And I also am going to ask you guys, my fearless folks, shall we say, I'm going to ask you guys to do your best and do your part to help educate others or help others get the vaccine when appropriate. You're not asking me to go door to door and knock on each door being like, hey, no, that's not what we're saying. But the idea is if you're able to encourage someone else to get a vaccine, if you're able to tell them about your story, to tell them the experiences you had, if you're able to, I don't know, help them, I invite you to do so. And I know many of you guys are already doing this. This is also a good time to mention my group. I've got the COVID vaccine. That group is on Facebook. I've got the link. In my YouTube, on YouTube, it's in the link in the description of the video, and also on Facebook, you can see on the pinned comment. Click and join the group. Hear other stories of people who are literally getting their vaccines every day and share your stories because you're helping other people. So anyway, guys, welcome. I know we have a good number of people on right now. I figured I would just tell you what I'm seeing in the office and actually how scary it is that I'm seeing this and that people are kind of being like, no way. I do my best to sort of fight the myths and the rumors out there. Clearly, I have to work harder, and we all have to share the love of getting the vaccine. So let's go into today's news, guys. This is really, really, really important. First of all, by the way, I just need to give a shout out to everybody out there. First of all, everybody on YouTube, it's so, so good to see everybody. Rufus, I see you made a comment. You said, just tell people to look at the history. Vaccines do work. I think that's an excellent point, Rufus. Vaccines do work. It's one of the reasons why we don't see tetanus and why we don't see measles and why we don't see mumps and all these conditions like we've seen them in years and decades past. The reason why we don't see them is because we have vaccines and we get vaccines. That's a blessing. We are blessed to live in an environment where we can get vaccinated against this disease that literally has killed over 500,000 people in this country, millions worldwide. We know what's happening in India, guys. So I implore all of us to not think about it as something that's taking away our rights or something that's doing bad for us, or, I just don't want it. The truth of the matter is one of the reasons why so many of us have lived as long as we have is because we've gotten vaccines that have kept us alive. By the way, thank you guys for the stars on Facebook. I love you guys. You're awesome. I love it. Also on YouTube, thank you for the super chats and the super stickers. And remember to join my group called I Got the COVID Vaccine. That is the pinned comment on Facebook. That's also in the description on YouTube. All right, so let's just jump right in and talk about what's going on with the young folks. And by the way, this is super exciting because you know what's coming down the pike, right? Summer camps. And I believe there are many camps that are looking to reopen for the summertime. Not only that, but the new school year, next year. So the fact of what I'm about to tell you is even that much more exciting because of the timing of it and hopefully what this means for our young people and basically our society at large. Basically, guys, the FDA is preparing to authorize the Pfizer vaccine to adolescents aged 12 to 15 years old. It's super, super exciting. And by the way, they're looking to do this, according to reports, by early next week. I mean, hello, woohoo, this is amazing. In fact, what I think I'll do is I'll post a video tomorrow on the data from the trials on adolescents. By the way, the data, the numbers were exceptional. The vaccine was proven to be exceptionally safe and effective for kids in this age group. Look out for this video tomorrow. I think I'll post this probably around the 12 o'clock Eastern time. I'll repost it so you can see kind of what the trial results were. We got that data maybe a few weeks ago. The data is exceptional. It's really, really reassuring. It's exciting. And so now some weeks have passed and the FDA is now preparing to authorize this Pfizer vaccine for use in 12 to 15-year-olds by early next week, according to reports. Remember right now that the Pfizer vaccine is indicated for adolescents, 16 and older. That's the age at which it's used for. So if we can increase or rather decrease the age in which we're able to give the vaccine, lower that down to 12 to 15, you know how many more people we are going to add to our vaccination sort of bunch, our vaccination bubble. By the way, guys, it's going to be so exciting. Now, you all know that we have over 100 million people that are vaccinated in this country, which, okay, I think it's exciting. But if you guys have taken a look on any news stations that are really sort of reporting on this, the vaccination rates were going up, like up, day by day, week by week. And all of a sudden, recently, they've started doing this. They've trickled down. Vaccination rates are lowering. And it's not because we basically vaccinated all the people in this country. That's not the case. We have a lot more people yet to vaccinate. We are not done by any stretch of the imagination. We estimate, I believe it's about 40% of the US has been vaccinated right now. It's nowhere near, we're nowhere near done. So we can't say, oh, well, vaccinations are kind of leveling off. They're kind of going down, dwindling down, because we're done. No. They're dwindling down for probably lots of different reasons. I think one of them is probably that people see that other people are getting the vaccine and that they don't think they need to get the vaccine. Well, that's not the truth. I think some people are sort of succumbing to all of the myths and the falsities that we're seeing online and social media, and even what some news sources are saying. That's just absolutely false and lies. I think some people are still, I don't know, maybe afraid of side effects. Okay. We do know that there's a small number of people, a portion of the population, that simply cannot get the vaccine because of medical conditions that they have or allergies they have. And some people have not been able to get the vaccine because, they've not been able to secure one. But I literally just saw in the news today where, like, I think it was Rite Aid. I don't know. Let me know if you guys saw this. Like, Rite Aid or some other pharmacy is are starting to allow, and don't quote me on this because I don't remember if it's Rite Aid in particular, but they're starting to allow walk-ins to come in to get the vaccine. That's excellent. So that means that in some ways things are maybe some access is opening up in some pockets, right? So, guys, back to the situation, which is, this Pfizer vaccine was shown to be very, very safe and effective in the age group of 12 to 15. Getting 12 to 15-year-olds vaccinated is going to help us get closer to herd immunity. We are a far way away from this, okay? But that will help. The more people that get vaccinated, the better it's going to help us all. Because remember, adolescents can still get COVID, can still spread COVID. So we want them vaccinated. And, once the FDA sort of goes through their authorization, once they do authorize the vaccine for 12 to 15-year-olds, then we'll have to have the CDC kind of weigh in and give their 2 cents and decide that, yep, okay, we're good with this, guys, let's go. And then it should be able to be given to adolescents. Now, what did I want to say? Oh, one of the cool things about this, as I mentioned before, is the timing that, for those of you with adolescents and children, young kids that are interested in going to camp and get back to school, this, I don't have children, but if I had an adolescent, I mean, gosh, I would feel so much more peace of mind and so much more peace of mind knowing that they had their vaccine. So, guys, this is super, super, super important. Let me just jump in and see what you guys are talking about online. It's so good that you guys are here. I'm Dr. Jen, by the way, practicing family physician. I'm an on-air health expert and a video creator. Thank you for hanging out with me a little bit and talking about this breaking news. On YouTube, let's go to our YouTubers. Rigo, you got your Pfizer vaccine. So did your mom. I love that. Hello, Rufus, Jocelyn, Brenda, Rigo, Earl. Let's see here. Okay, I can't read your name. I can't swipe up. Let's see who's on Facebook. There's a few others of you on YouTube as well. Let's see here. All right. Edna Lena, you said, how can we get back to normalcy even if we are vaccinated and there are still variants? Well, one of the biggest things that we need to do is to get vaccinated, because the fact that there are variants and all these sort of potential caveats makes it even that much more important that we do get vaccinated. Yes, variants do complicate things, but the first step is us getting vaccinated. If we don't do that, I mean, it's almost like we don't even have like our foot in the door, right? So the idea is that this is up to us. We can get there. We can get to herd immunity. We can do this. The point is, we all just have to do it. And I think that everybody should sort of be optimistic, or at least see that as more people are getting vaccinated, the CDC is sort of adjusting guidelines. That is happening. It's not that we all still have to mask up the same way as we did before. Most people were vaccinated. That's actually changed. So what I hope is that people are seeing that as we do our part, things are changing in many cases for the better. And by the way, thank you guys so much for the stars on Facebook and the super chats and the super stickers on YouTube. You guys are awesome. Let's see here. Sophia, you say thank you. Well, you're welcome. That's so sweet of you. I want to know how long, you guys, I want to know how many of you have children in the adolescent range, or maybe grandchildren in the adolescent range between like 12 to 15 years old, or even like teenagers. How many of you have children or grandchildren that are sort of in that age group? Derek, thank you so much for the stars. I so appreciate you. I want you to know, Hinseen, thank you for the stars. I want to know, for those of you who have children, grandchildren, in that range, how many of you plan to get your child or grandchild vaccinated? How many of you plan to do that? I mean, I certainly hope all of you that do plan to, but I understand that maybe some of you have questions. Maybe you need to talk to your child's doctor. Amanda, you have two girls, 13 and 15. Amanda Colley, curious, are you going to get your girls vaccinated? Let us know. And Katie, you said, why are people still getting COVID if they've taken the vaccine? That's a really, really great question. Well, remember, vaccines are not 100%. Nothing is 100%. The flu shot's not 100%. People can still get the flu even though they've gotten the flu shot. You can still get things even though you got the vaccine because it's not 100%. So please keep that in mind. It's one of the reasons why the more people who get vaccinated, the less virus circulating in the environment there likely will be, and hopefully will keep us safer. But remember, this vaccine is not 100%. It's actually one of the reasons why, certainly while there's a lot of people not vaccinated, we've had to wear our masks, okay? So please do understand that some people, even though they get the vaccine, they don't respond to the vaccine as well as other people. They don't develop as much protection, right? Remember that, there are some people who can't take the vaccine. Of course, that's a different situation, but there are very real reasons why people can get the vaccine and still get COVID. That happens with the flu. I know you guys are not, that's not new to you. So even though it sounds scary, you know this concept, right? Because you know that you can get the flu shot and still get the flu because it's not 100%. Amanda, you said you're definitely going to be getting your daughter's vaccines. I'm really excited to hear that. I love that. Naomi, you have 2 grandchildren. They will probably do it soon because their mother is in the health field and already received her vaccine without any problems. That's awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Okay, so I don't understand. James, you asked a question, James David. I don't quite understand the question. A couple of you guys have asked about how long the vaccine will last in our systems. The truth of the matter is we don't know fully because it's not over yet, right? We know that at 6 months, we have really good protection, which is awesome. As time goes on, we will continue to monitor that protection to make sure that it's still just as powerful and as robust as it was from day one. So far, that is happening. So we'll have to see as time goes on how long protection actually lasts. We don't have that full answer right now. Felicia, your kids are 3 and 9. Let's see here. Talina, your daughter's 13. If it's available, you would allow her to take it. Your daughter is excited. Derek, you took your 16-year-old niece to get the shot. That's excellent because with Pfizer, you can get the shot at age 16. And so, Sarah, you said, please talk to us about the Indian variant. Should we worry about it here in the United States? Well, so this is the thing. Time will tell how what's happening in India affects us. We know that COVID has. I'm not saying this to be a fearmonger, but we know that COVID has been a little bit of a sneaky bug. I'm not saying that we're going to notice major effects, but the truth of the matter is that the possibility does lie there. We know that the government has shut down travel for some people between India and the United States in efforts to kind of curb the spread. But the truth of the matter is, time will tell. It's another reason why getting our vaccines is going to be important. Okay, if you can get that vaccine, please get the vaccine. Felicia, you asked if I think that people. Let me start that again. You asked if something will come out for literal kids. Yeah, trials are already starting for even younger kids, right? Because we need as many people all over the place to be vaccinated, not just adolescents, not just adults, right? So this is going to be super, super important. Let's see here. And Terry, you have a good point as well. You could also get COVID after getting the vaccine. You could have contracted it right before getting the vaccine and develop symptoms afterward. That's a really, really good point. James, you said it makes no sense to inject a virus into your blood if it's not 100%. Well, James, that's where you're wrong. You're not injecting a virus. That's actually the point. This is one of the things that there's a lot of misinformation floating around about. It's not injecting a virus into your body or into your blood. That's actually not what's happening. A vaccine prompts your own immune response to recognize a virus and to be able to fight it off. You're not injecting the virus into your blood. Let me be very, very, very clear about this, okay? So this is part of the myths that are running around. So James David, I hope that you understand what it is and what it's not better now, and I hope you get the vaccine. Please, guys, make sure that you're looking at reputable sources. That's the CDC, the World Health Organization. Talk to your own doctor. That's really, really, really important. Keisha, you have sickle cell, beta thalassemia, and lupus. Is it okay for you to get the shots? You should be talking to your doctor about that, okay? Let's see here. Yeah, Holly Joy Johnson on YouTube, you said there's a lot of influencers out there that are displaying skepticism to vaccines, and it's making it difficult for the rest. And I think that's actually true. Iris, you said, so the vaccine is not the virus. No, The vaccine is not the virus. You're not injecting the virus in you. It sounds like maybe that's something I need to talk about or maybe do a video about. No, okay, I'm going to say this a few more times. This vaccine is not injecting the virus in you. It is not giving you COVID. And actually, one of you asked me this question recently too. You said, are the symptoms that people are getting after getting vaccinated, is that COVID? That's a no as well. So when you get symptoms, which is common, that's your body's immune response to the vaccine after getting the vaccine, that's not you getting COVID. You don't have COVID. You're not contagious. You're not infectious. Okay. That is really, really important. So why do people feel as if they have COVID, achy and feverish? It's because it's your immune system revving up. It's your immune system's response to what it's been given. That's how the immune system is preparing to fight off COVID. That is not COVID. You don't have COVID. You're not protected by being given COVID. Okay. Please hear this. Please hear me. Okay. And I see so many questions coming in about this that I'm sort of being a bit pedantic about it because I think I clearly have to do that. Guys, I've done a ton of videos on different sort of myths and truths. Maybe I'll come back to start answering questions about myths and stuff because I see there's a lot of false information still roaming around. I think it's important that you're asking questions. It's really, really important. But make sure you take a look at my videos. Remember, the COVID vaccine does not cause infertility. Remember that the COVID vaccine, the mRNA vaccines, will not change your DNA. Remember that it will not give you COVID. It will not inject a virus into you. I'm trying to think of what some of the other hot button topics that people miss are about the COVID vaccine. It won't make you sterile. The COVID vaccine, let's see here. I'm trying to think of, gosh, what are some of the other myths that are running around, guys? I know there's a ton of them. I'm like having a brain. There's a myth out there that the COVID vaccine is only protective for 6 months. That's not the case. We know it's protective up to 6 months and through 6 months. It's not only 6 months, okay? Gosh, what else are people saying? People are saying that the COVID vaccine is not FDA approved. I did a video on this. No, it's not FDA approved, but that's not a secret. And that's not a problem. It's been given emergency use authorization. Don't let somebody, an anti-vaxxer or someone else, say, well, it's not FDA approved. That doesn't mean what I think they're trying to make it mean. Yes, we all know they're not FDA approved because we had to get these vaccines very quickly, so they were given emergency use authorization. That's okay. Okay, that's okay. All right, that's okay. All right, guys. So let's see here. I'm trying to think of what else. Amanda, you have hyperthyroidism and ulcerative colitis. You got the vaccine with no side effects. Make sure you guys join my group. I got the COVID vaccine because I think a lot of you have questions or concerns about the vaccine. We'll be able to hear from other people who are getting the vaccine. That you can learn from them and kind of hear what their symptoms and side effects are and all that good stuff if they got the vaccine. Remember, guys, prepare yourselves. We need to prepare ourselves so when this vaccine becomes available for 12 to 15-year-olds, that you get your kids, your grandkids, make sure your family gets the vaccine so they can go to summer camp more safely. They can go back to school in the fall more safely. And guys, I'm not wearing one of my COVID vaccine shirts today. I'm wearing my scrubs because I was at work. But if you're interested, and I got a COVID vaccine shirt. Sorry, I had a lot of soda for dinner. Sorry. Those shirts are available on my website at drjencaudle.com/shop. I'm giving a lot of the proceeds away to, number one, the Red Cross, and I'm also giving them to UNICEF to help the efforts in India to help those in India be able to have more resources to help fight COVID over there. So by purchasing a shirt, you're not only showing your vaccine pride, but you're also donating to a really great cause. I also have vaccine stickers that some of the adolescents might like as well. And I'm also coming out with sizes vaccine shirts for younger kids too, so that when the younger ones get the vaccine, they can show their pride. You can take family photos with everybody in the same shirt. Look at that. Anyway, guys. All right, guys, you guys are amazing. I love you all. You're awesome. I so love talking to you. It's really exciting news that this vaccine is anticipated to be approved by the FDA very shortly. Then it goes to the CDC, and hopefully we have a vaccine for adolescents soon. So once again, just in the name of solidarity, put a thumbs up in the comment if you got your COVID vaccine. Also, let me know if you're going to get your family member vaccinated if they're an adolescent. You guys are amazing. I love you. I go live every Monday and Friday Friday. Make sure you hit notifications, get notifications so you don't miss them. And if you're not liked and followed my page on Facebook, please do. If you've not subscribed to my channel on YouTube, I invite you to do that too. Guys, I love you all. Have a good night. We'll see you tomorrow. All right, YouTube. Love y'all. Talk to you soon.